Everything changed in the blink of an eye. One moment, the world was full of plans, routines, and certainty. The next, it was all shattered. The fear, the uncertainty, everything hit so fast. At first, it felt like the walls were closing in. The loneliness was overwhelming, the silence deafening. I was trapped inside my own thoughts, haunted by what I'd lost and what might never return. Everything had become a ritual. Coming home from the store, I'd head straight to the sink and start scrubbing my hands, each movement deliberate and careful. I unpacked the groceries one by one, pulling out each item with caution. I took the disinfectant, wiping down every surface, every package, like it held something unseen. I was thorough, painstaking, almost as if each swipe could erase the fear itself. Stepping further inside, I slipped off my mask, finally feeling the cool air against my face. I set down my bags, hung up my coat, and placed my bag by the door, a silent marker of the world outside. I loosened up, let my shoulders relax, trying to shake off the weight. But as I moved through the motions, my emotions mixed. Uncertainty and solitude swirled together with a stubborn resilience, a strange defiance. There was worry and dread, yes, but also patience, a kind of enduring hope. I was determined to wait this out, to make it through, even if the journey felt endless. I came home every day dragging myself through the motions. Each step felt heavier than the last. I ordered food because it was the only thing that could fill the emptiness. Unwrapping the meal, I focused on the small act of normalcy. It was the little things that kept me going. The warmth of the tea in my hands, the sensation of water quenching my thirst. Simple actions, but they became my anchor, reminding me that I was still here, still alive. The news played in the background, but I turned it down, tried not to let it seep into my soul. Instead, I paid bills online, checked things off a list. It was all a blur, just motions to keep me moving. But the stillness in between the tasks was suffocating. I felt trapped in a cycle, a loop that never seemed to end. The mornings were the hardest. Waking up not sure if I had the strength to face another day. I reached for my phone, a lifeline to a world outside these four walls. The silver necklace, the phone, they were symbols of connection. I looked at my messages, hoping for something to hold on to, something to break the monotony. But it was fleeting. Then, slowly, I started to move. I stretched. I forced myself to do something, anything. I tried to breathe through the discomfort, through the frustration. I drank water, pushed through the moments where I wanted to give up. And somewhere, deep inside, I found the strength to keep going. The heaviness started to lift, just a little. The music came next. I put in my headphones and let the music wash over me. For the first time in a long time, I felt something other than sorrow. I sang along, danced around the room, laughing even when it felt like the world was falling apart. I reached out to friends, connected with them on a video call. We shared our stories, our frustrations, but we also shared moments of joy, however small. And for the first time in so long, I felt like I wasn't alone in this. I stood in front of the mirror, applying lipstick. I looked at myself, at the woman I had become. She was different, yes, but there was strength in her, resilience. I smiled, even though it wasn't easy. I saw myself clearly for the first time in a while, not as someone lost, but as someone who was still fighting. The light started to break through the clouds. I opened the window, took a deep breath, and for the first time in a long time, I felt the freedom in that air. I could breathe again. I could feel again. The world was still uncertain, but in that moment, I was free. The weight that had been pressing down on me was lighter. My heart felt a little fuller, my steps a little lighter. I still didn't know what the future held, but I knew one thing for sure. I had made it through. And that was something worth celebrating, because in the end, the only thing that truly mattered was the strength to keep going. And that, I realized, was what made me truly free. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but today, in this moment, I choose to fight, to keep moving, because somehow I know that I can, and that makes all the difference.